Hello, welcome back to another video. Welcome back to the YouTube channel. This is your West Ham United nil, Newcastle 1 Fancam. Make sure to leave a like on the video. Make sure to subscribe if you are new. Try to reach 1K subscribers by the end of the Premier League season. I reckon we could do it. So please subscribe if you are new. Yeah, that was poor. That was poor. That was a poor performance. But this is what I was saying about the five defenders, the three defensive midfielders sort of thing, that it doesn't need to be played every game. I do believe that we are getting better as a unit defensively. Don't get me wrong. I do think the coaching and the principles of the coaching is there, which is all I asked for this season under the previous manager. I do think Potter will do well for us if he's given the right players. But I need to look at these players a lot more. Again, like Mavropanos when he came on, terrible in that pass at the end, stunk. But this is why I always complain about the midfielders as well. Mavropanos, Jesus Christ, I hate this guy. Edson Alvarez and Thomas Suchek today. Like, less so Thomas Suchek, but more so Edson Alvarez. Just the turning on the ball, the lack of mobility, the lack of passing range, the lack of IQ. Just forget footballing IQ, just general IQ. This guy just doesn't have anything up there, does he? Doesn't play like it anyway. I think he did well for winning one aerial duel, which was a flick onto Kudus, which Kudus should have finished. But that was it. The guy doesn't tackle aggressively well. He doesn't control his aggression. He doesn't have the ability to be taking as many touches as possible. The guy turns in circles. He's like a Beyblade. He just spinning around like a Beyblade all the time, trying to find an opening, and then just gets tackled. This guy cannot play two-touch football or three-touch. Like, if you're playing two-touch with him, like you're playing picky in the middles, like rondos with him, this guy would be shocking. He would be shocking. Guarantee he's one of the worst in the rondos. When West Ham play rondos in training, guarantee he's the worst. He's got to be up there. He's terrible on the ball. He's just not a good player. Needs to be severely upgraded on every midfielder. As I've said, every bloody video since Graham Potter's come in, every midfielder we have needs to be upgraded on. All of them, whether it's 6s, 8s, and 10s. We don't have a 10. We don't have a good 6 that's a great ball winner. We don't have a box to box with proper energy and tenacity and technicality and power that you require in this sort of system. But just in general, some of the basics from midfielders that you expect, like this is Suchek's deficiency showed today, but I'm not going in on him too tough because he's played well recently, and he's not as big of a problem as an Alvarez is. But when Ward-Prowse is your best midfielder on the day, you know something's wrong. I don't think he's terrible. A player Ward-Prowse, I just don't think he's the level. I've said this many times. I just think the PR is too much, and he's not the level. But I get why he plays as the deepest midfielder, and to be honest, it does kind of work. I thought Max Kilman and Tadimo were two of the few positives. Same with Wan-Bissaka, same with Areola. Areola's kicking was terrible, but he made a lot of good saves. At times when Newcastle didn't even look like they were going to shoot or affect the game, he was actually really good. Kilman did let Isak get a sniff, but all of this is well and good and all, but when you're not putting your chances away, and you feel like that Newcastle are, this is a missing opportunity to beat Newcastle, they're thinking the same, well, they haven't put their chances away, so this is our best opportunity to win. So nick something away from home. As much as they weren't great, it was a spirited away performance. They dug in and scored. We didn't. So they deserve to win. Football is a very simple game. You score more than the other opponent, you deserve to win. They put their cross in and they scored. Simple as that. Simple as that. I think we dealt well with them in terms of shape, for the most part. But when we have the ball, what are we doing with the ball? We are not we're coached actually quite well for a manager who's only been here for nearly 2 months. I can see the pieces trying to come together. Sort of thing. I can see as time is going by, I can see everything sort of improving, but these players aren't the players that take Potter forward. And to be honest with you, if this squad doesn't get refreshed in the summer, we're in big, big trouble. And when I mean big, big trouble, I mean big, big trouble from the standard I want West Ham at. I don't think we're going to get relegated or anything, but it'll be another mediocre season. This was kind of like the Brentford game, but a bit better. But when I mean a bit better, I mean it was good for 5 minutes in the first half and 5 minutes in the fucking second half. But the big players like the Paketars, the Kudises, these kind of players, we need to see more from. I know Paketar came on as a sub today, but that cameo wasn't good. I need Soler to start in that midfield because at least he can pass forward. I'm asking for basic stuff. That is not the midfield three. It works in certain games like an Arsenal, and anything will work against Leicester because it's Leicester. But even a mediocre Newcastle team can still find something with the individuals they have with the Gimareshes, the Tonalis, the Isaks. Even though Isak didn't do anything today, but you get what I'm trying to say. If they had a Gordon, it might have been a 2. It might have been a 2-0 because Wan-Bissaka didn't have to do anything today. He generally strikes fear into people that run down the left-hand side trying to take him on. So there's also that as well. So it just in general, like, I'm not happy with the performance, but I'm mainly looking at most of the individuals that you would mainly look at. I think that Potter just needs to try and find the right balance for the time being for the rest of the season. I don't think there's going to be many wins for the rest of the season, so that's why I was very surprised we won 2 in a row. To be honest with you, there's not going to be many. At max, there'll be like another 2 wins for the rest of the season if I'm keeping it 100 at max. Like, I'm not even being like reactionary or anything. It's just where the squad is. I never thought because we went against Arsenal and Leicester that this was the start of like a revolution where we go on a massive run, but it was a missed opportunity today to win 3 in a row and beat Newcastle for the first time at home since 18-19 season when they had Benitez and we had Pellegrini, 2 old fuckers in charge. So it was a missed opportunity. Definitely a missed opportunity. It's not because Newcastle was shit, but anyone in this Premier League is food. Anyone in this Premier League is food, like, including us, of course. But you got to look at any opponent from your perspective when you come up against a different opponent, being like, you've always got a chance to win. Always got a chance to win. Like, because most of, the league is kind of shit. We're shit as well, but the league in general is kind of shit. So you're always going to have an opportunity to put goals away. But a lot of the midfielders ain't good enough. Stop taking Tadibo off from Mavropanos. Stop playing a 5-3-2 with 5 defenders and 3 defensive midfielders. Bench Mohamed Kudus. Try someone. Please just try Guilherme. Please try Guilherme. I'm begging you. What does this guy have to do to get a chance at this club? And please, if you really wanted Evan Ferguson at West Ham, at least start him because I don't really see the point of deciding if he's not going to start, even if it is for just the rest of the season. And even if we don't buy him on a permanently, if it's just to get us through for the rest of the season, please just start. So at least you know the template on the kind of striker you want if he doesn't do well. Because we're going to end up having 3 number 9s on the bench and none of them get a goal or an appearance for the rest of the season. But that's it from me. Make sure to leave a like on the video. Make sure to subscribe to your new social medias are in the description if you want to follow me in the email for the inquiries. I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.